Good evening. Hey, it's Sunday. You guys are off, already relaxing at home. I'm making the video for you guys. So, things we're gonna need. I'm gonna be making two videos. I'm gonna be making first the stamp with your name on it. I'm going to do a brief sample, not the whole thing. So I'm just gonna do one, my first name. I'm not gonna do my last name because it'll take too long, way too long. And then on the second video, I will do one for Art 1 students on fabric print. So Art 2, we're going to do something a little bit different too. That's why we're going to create an image of an animal or something else. So you guys are a little bit more advanced. So first of all, I grabbed a piece of paper and I used a number 2 pencil. That's what I needed. I told you guys to scavenge an eraser. If you don't have sandpaper, your thumb works really good to erase it. We want it to look like stone. And the goal is we want it to look like, where's my, uh, the Chinese, and Japanese also use the same thing for seals, except the Japanese develop a form of coat of arms, similar to, not a shield like the Europeans, but they had a feudal system much more closer to Europe than to the Chinese. I mean, they developed. So this is what it looks like. You stamp it on a piece of paper. Now, what I've done is I translate my name. You guys are going to do this too. You're going to go go to google.com, and you want to go into Google Translate. You're going to go to use modern Mandarin Chinese. They really don't call it Chinese, they call it Mandarin. Mandarin means bureaucrat. So it was because of the testing system. So I said you need the eraser, a pencil, and you're gonna make your own stamp like this one. This my godparents went on. They went to China before all this crazy stuff happened. They sell these to the tourists. They usually come in a box like this. The stamp looks like this. I'm not gonna do it because this. What? Oh, yeah, you guys can see that. There's my name, Frank. They sell this to all the Franks when they used to go to China. And the traditional ink block. I wouldn't recommend if you ever do go to China and you get one of these, or you go to Chinatown and it's sent in from China. Be careful using it because this ink is mercury. It's toxic. According to the state of California, it is, and most of the states in the United States. But they use it for, and it's porcelain, really nice. I can tell it's cheap porcelain, not a good quality of porcelain because it's wearing out here. So it needs, if you ever get buy that, just get clear nail polish, and that will protect it for the glaze. The glaze is wearing out back here, that's why. But they put it here traditionally. Now, the Japanese do not use mercury because they're almost like us, health-wise. They make their dyes out of plants. So I'm putting it back in its box. And so I'm going to show you guys how to do your seal. The Chinese. So you're going to be doing Chinese print. So at least if you ever want to get an apprenticeship in a printing shop, at least you have an inkling of what you did. So what I did, I went to Google Translate. And I didn't like how Frank looks like in Chinese or Francisco. So instead I went to, go into Google Translate, use modern Mandarin. I did mine in Japanese. Number 2 pencils. So you're going to watch what I'm doing. So can you see and sorry about the music in the background. I know it's not very Chinese. I'm playing Frank Sinatra. It's Sunday. And we have a rule in this house. We play only Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby on Sundays. So I'm going to press down here. I'm going to stand up now. And you're just going to need a ballpoint ink pen. And it's going to press really hard. And hopefully I can get the negative. And since you guys are not working from home, you're going to be in the classroom. Unless you have a stencil knife at home. And this is what a stencil knife looks like to create your printing plate. So we're not fully done. So I'm going to lift this up. Hopefully I have a negative image. See that, guys? You see the negative image compared to this. Now, it's only graphite, number 2 graphite. And you guys are doing it in Chinese. I've done it in Chinese a bunch of times. I just have to practice my Japanese a little bit more. So I'm going to grab my ballpoint ink pen right here. And I'm going to start tracing these guys. Also, it's good to look at the sample here, but remember, you're doing it backwards now. So, and put the little line here. Okay, so I'm kind of working fast because I have a time limit of video to upload on YouTube. I cannot go for more than an hour. So, now why am I doing it with ballpoint ink again? The graphite's going to deteriorate, erase really quick. So this way I can have a much better line. I made a little mistake here now. There we go. And I'm going boom, boom, boom. Oh, I see which one. And I just realized one did not fit in properly in here. Should have done it in Chinese. I'm regretting it. Do the second one. There we go. And I'm going to show you the technique on how to cut too. 2, 2, 2. Okay. So I have to remember I'm going backwards, not. So I am doing this really fast. Don't do it as fast as I do because that's when mistakes occur. Some people like to work fast. I've seen adults who work fast and make a sloppy job out of it. So don't become them. Sometimes you have to take your time doing this. So I have Frank. It's not Francisco in Japanese anymore because I couldn't fit in the last one. Yeah, so. Okay, so I will survive this minor travesty. So now, here comes the part. Blades. This is one I have at home. This is a high style for stencils. I do make them. I went to Michael's to get extra blades just in case. I'm going to go with the old one because I really don't want to break in new blades yet. Although this one's still in good shape. So I went to Michael's. I never bring school stuff anymore here. I just don't want bad juju from school over here. So how do we cut this? Well, you want to do little piece by little piece. So I already done two things. First, I traced it on paper. I went to the Google Translate. Let me recap. First, I traced the eraser. Then in pencil, number 2 graphite. This is number 2. It says number 2 here in the pencil. I did it in pencil, pressed down, got the negative image. Then I used the ballpoint ink pen to trace it so it would not deteriorate really quick. And I'm doing this pretty fast. I do apologize, but I'm limited on time. So I'm going to start with this, the F in Japanese. Well, and you guys are going to be doing Chinese. So remember, you want to do modern Chinese. Now, if your letters, you have 4 figures, go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have this type of eraser, go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're using this type, you can actually put them and squeeze them in there. So let me show you how we go with this. First, I go in here. I'm cutting diagonally like a V, making a canal. Okay. I am going a little bit too long, but that's okay. Stab the horizontal sides. The horizontal sides first. Now I'm going to cut again, but instead of a V canal, I'm going to go a little bit more deeper, not too much. So think of yourself like you're dissecting, which you are, and making it like a Y. So you're not making the V, you're going to have a V canal. There we go. So we're going to flick this out, and it comes out. Also, since you did in ballpoint ink pen, you can see the pieces you don't need anymore. There we go. And if you're planning to keep your Chinese seal, see what happened, guys? Nice, and it's pink and warm and clean. Okay, and we're going to test it out too. So see if it comes out looking like what I just did. Again, cut that little piece in. Very slowly. There we go. And this one's going to give me a little trouble, I can just tell. And I need more light, actually. I do have all the light on here. There we go. I just heard the snap, felt it. Take your time. Always try to cut away from your fingers and yourself. Remember, you have to have a picture ID to check out the knife in the classroom. It is a tool in the classroom, in the studio, but it's a weapon outside, so be careful with it. And I'm just using the tip very gently, try to pluck it out. Then grab my pencil, clean out the canal. Nice clean cut, see that? Then I'm going to do the one on top, but this one's going to be more like a feather cut, very gently. I'm going to go a little bit. I just want that to be very, very, very gentle. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Don't want to disturb the other image. That there. I'm going to try it down here. So again, cut diagonal. There we go. And should stab down here. It's down here. I'm having a problem because the light from here is too brighter. And there we go. And here we go. So I did cut diagonally. There we go. I can pick it off now. Maybe try again a little bit. I didn't go deep enough. That's the problem. There we go. Using the tip. Remove these little by little. Whoops. I left too much here. So very gently remove the excess. Now, these, as you guys read in the article, are considered, if it was in stone, like a family, like a seal ring, like what you see me on my hand right now. You do inherit them in China and in Japan too. In the 19th century, the Japanese dropped the ink for lead wax too, to use the seals. So they use both. Sometimes they would combine both. But they, in the 19th century, they were trying to industrialize themselves and westernize themselves to become an imperial power of the region. They didn't want to be colonized. So grab the excess erasers, put them in a trash can. Please don't drop them on the floor, because I won't do it here because I also have to clean here. So see that? So you're going to start seeing that the clean sections pop out a little bit more. There we go. This one's going to come out tough. Sometimes you have to take a break and jump from one side to the other. And hopefully that will work. I want to keep my Japanese here. There, come on, be nice. It's like fishing almost. There we go. So I'm going to come back to this one. Get the sides of the canal. And I want to get this done before lunch. Don't want to lose you guys. Okay. This one's going to be doesn't want to participate. Oh, I see. I didn't cut the side here. So stab it again. Now it comes out. Clean it out. See that, guys? So. So let's do, for me, the hardest part is when they get really small, close to the edge. Try to center it. I made a mistake here. I should have had this closer to the center here instead of upward. So don't make my mistake. Okay, so put that in there. Clean this out. I'm also using my CD of Frank Sinatra at the time myself, because I have to put this. So now I'm using this because I want to keep it for half an hour, 20 minutes, so I can upload it really quick on YouTube, and you guys do the same thing when you do your portfolios. So again, diagonal cut, make that little V-shaped canal down there. Try to go a little bit. I'm getting the stink eye from my wife and my mom. We do a big sort of lunch dinner instead, and a light supper, more like tea time. We don't like to eat heavy at night, especially on Sunday. I'm cutting diagonal. I kind of went way too narrow. So here we go. We're cleaning this out. So I'm cutting the sides too now. I'm doing the last one. And I'm going to test it out with you guys too. So cut this side. This is so small, I just might as well stab it. There we go. So I'm more teaching guys technique. Can you guys see that? You see how it's clean out? So you can use the tip. Here are the little leftovers. I don't go too deep. Some people do. I don't suggest that. I wouldn't suggest that. It weakens the seal. I mean, you guys want to use the eraser. You know, I mean, okay, I did the project, Mr. Navas. Give me my grade. But I'm going to use the eraser. I need it. Okay, so I get it. I'm not going to tell you, oh, why did you? But if you really want to keep it, the trick to make it last longer, you mix water and Gorilla Glue clear. Or I'd say, I would advise you something like Crazy Glue. You pour Crazy Glue on top of it, and it hardens it for a stone. It's going to last you almost a lifetime. It turns the rubber into like a, excuse me, stone. I'm not chewing gum. I'm not allowed to chew gum at home. So, choking on my own saliva. Okay, so let's see if I can pull some of this stuff out. Yes. Good. That's cleaning out. That has cleaned out. This is just this little piece here. And I think I might have to take off my glasses so I can see it better. Okay, this is very scary. You can cut yourself. So, might have to go buy some bandages just in case. This is the time of year everybody cuts themselves in class. So not paying attention to the instruction. So. Oh, come on. This is where, if you're in taking anatomy, you can see who's going to be a surgeon. There we go. That came out nice. See that? So, using the tip of my stencil knife, cleaning it out. Now I just got to finish the bottom section down here. Not happy with this side. Didn't clean this out too good. So you have to be really good at cleaning this. So now, the last piece always gives me a hard time. Oh, now I know why my eyes are acting up. I didn't put my eye drops. I don't think I did cut diagonally. So I'm not doing Francisco, I'm doing Frank. Or Frank with a C. Okay, I'm done. So right now, I should very carefully clean this out. If you're doing this at home, I would suggest a toothpick. But if you're at school or you don't have toothpicks, we don't have toothpicks here at home because my dad thought that they were not proper. And so I use the tip of my knife right now. And I'm going to test it out. So what I'm going to do is, give me a second. I'm going to grab the ink pad, which I'm going to take at school. Unfortunately, it's in the bathroom because the stuff can stain. I couldn't find it for it hasn't been used for almost two years. Last time I had it was at school. I didn't use it last year because, and this is older than your parents' marriage. Most of you guys. It's older than me. It was my dad's. So I'm going to test this out. I should have cleaned it up first, but I did not. See that? There's the ink. See that, guys? And when this paper, you don't throw away. So you did your second step in pencil. And now I'm going to test it out and see what happens. Remember, I have a missing letter. So my miscalculation. So I have a B now. I don't have an A now. And there's my stamp. See that, guys? That's as easy as it is. It is. So you have your Chinese seal stamp. And that's how easy it is to do this, guys. Except yours is going to be more elaborate. You always want to put, if you have a big eraser, some students have bought the big ones. They're not supposed to buy them. You're supposed to, remember, scavenge them. They, you want to go with your last name first. So you would always stamp on top your last name in Chinese and your first name, given name, second at the bottom. You have several first names like I do, or middle names, actually, that's what they're called. They would go at the bottom in descending order backwards. Modern European, Indo-Western European languages, we go first and last. But prior to the Dark Ages, during the Greek, the classical period, just like the Chinese and the Japanese, you would put your last name first, your clan or your given, the bigger family's name in the middle, and then your first name last. But that's how it works. But anyways, you got your stamp. You test it out. You're going to do more. I just did this how to show you how to cut with the stencil knife diagonally. And this is how it's easy it is. And you have yours done. Now, I'm going to test my old one. I use ink better. I don't want to use that toxic mercury. So compared to the original, that's why I put red in there. But there's so much black ink in here, it probably activated it again. It would look like this. So I gotta clean this up. So yeah, there's the stone one, and then there's my homemade one. There's the Chinese, and here's one I did in Japanese, so you can see the difference. See that? Simple as that, guys. It took me only 22, 24, 23 minutes. I think we're good. Okay. So anyways, you guys have a great, lovely Sunday evening. I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my Sunday evening with my wife and my mom. And I have to call up my sister. And I hope you guys take care. And my niece and nephew. And my godson. See if they're all okay. Anyways, you enjoy your Sunday with your family. You guys take care. Good night.